she cuts. Well, no, she cuts. We don't see it, but she cuts one of the guys' heads off, and I'm assuming she cuts. She goes into his genitals, I think.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. What about the scene where Josh, when he meets up with one of the football players, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Millie's over here. Come on, I'll show you." Yeah. And then he's like, "Oh, she's over here somewhere." And then he tries to kiss him.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Whoa!" He's like, "What the hell's going on?" And he's like, He's fucking gay.
Yeah, he's like, "If you tell anybody about this, I'll fucking kill you." And then, in that same moment, then Millie's like waiting behind the wall and just like rips through his eye with this fish hook, which is
that was insane.
If I didn't know better, I would say that was a nod to I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah, I could see that. That was pretty cool.
Because she comes through the wall, the opening, and then she just like shows the hook all crazy, which is pretty bad. And I'm gonna be upset if Amazon Prime ditched the whole hook concept for their new I Know What You Did Last Summer series. That's unacceptable, Amazon.
Stick to the basics, guys. It worked all the way back then, and it's still gonna work now.
Yeah.
Still terrifying. I want to talk about when Vince Vaughn's character when Millie's when her spirit or whatever is inside of him, and she's talking to Booker, and they're kind of having that conversation in the car, and he's like, "Oh, like let me go sit back there so we can I feel like I'm miles away from you." And so he gets out of the car, and then Vince Vaughn is like, "Oh my god!" And then before he gets back in. And then they start talking, and then, they're obviously flirting. And then the whole time I'm like, oh my God, like, are they going to kiss? Because, Booker sees, he knows it's the, Blissfield Butcher, but he sees that it's Millie. And the whole time I'm like, oh, they're not going to kiss, are they? Are they going to kiss? And then they actually start kissing. And I was like, oh my God. Oh, that is hilarious. And then, he's like, well, maybe you should wait till I'm back in my body. Yeah. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. Oh man, that was a pretty funny scene.
Or how going back to when Millie first gets put in the butcher's body, she's like walking around town like nothing, but at this time there's like sketches of what he looks like, so then everyone, like, people start recognizing him, and they're like, oh my God, it's him.
Yeah. He starts screaming, and he was like running around like, ah!
Yeah.
And when he smells himself, he's like, oh, it smells like hot dog water.
Because you got to think about the butcher wasn't. Think about his living situation. He probably wasn't very hygienic,
Yeah.
And
how about when he kills Riley in the cryo?
Oh yes.
Like a cryo thing, whatever it's called for athletes when they go in there, and freezes her basically.
Puts it like
pretty cool.
200 below. 200 negative degrees or something crazy.
You would think there would be like some type of safety thing that wouldn't be able to do that, but
that's what I was thinking of. Is like that's like awfully like unsafe to have those like not locked up. Like why were they even able to just hop in those whenever they want? That's insane. Rich people schools, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Oh man. Did you have any issues with this film? I know you said it's really not. I mean, I guess the main one would be you're not really seeing anything new. They're not reaching for they're not breaking the ceiling with their new stuff, but it's all pretty much recycled and stuff like that. But like you said, I think it is intentional for the most part.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's an entertaining film, and for that, I'm not going to trash on it. It does what it sets out to do, but I will say this. I want to see what the director Christopher Landon can do with some like original material, because he's done Happy Death Day to You. It seems like all of the big movies he's done so far are sourced from somewhere else. So it would be interesting. We already know, of course, he's great at like his cinematography's great. Like he knows how to make an entertaining film, but I would just like to see him do something that's not taken from something else, if that makes sense.
No, yeah, it does, yeah. Something original that we've never seen, or
yeah,
straight from his mind. I'd agree with that. But most of the stuff I think that he's come out with has been pretty solid for the most part.
Yeah.
Even if it is kind of like you said, kind of reused or not actually his material, but he does have a specific vision or style.
Yeah. Because if you obviously you're a big fan of Happy Death Day. If you put the visuals, like, and the aesthetic and the color palette together, they're very much like you can see Landon's stamp. Like
definitely.
Yeah, what he does as far as his vision, and that's a feat in itself to be able to be like, oh yeah, that's Christopher Landon. You know what I mean? You can't always do that with every filmmaker. So that's cool.
That's so funny that I literally found that out right now while we were talking about the movie.
Honestly,
those movies that I like, and we've even done Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse
and Happy Death Day. Yeah,
which is funny. This is the Michael Landon. I'm sorry, the Christopher Landon podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't realize that until we had brought it up, and I actually looked him up. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I like his stuff. I'm liking what he's putting down. Yeah. What would you what else do you want to talk about this film?
Well, do you think that they will do another one?
I think it's possible. I think, but this one it wasn't too successful in terms of box office revenue, right? Well,
for Blumhouse, because they always make movies on a budget, they made it for $6 million, and their return was 16 worldwide. Okay. So I mean, they
and then also probably
they more than doubled their money.
VODs and stuff, and same day rentals.
Yeah.
Which is that's not credited to the box office, correct? Those rentals and stuff.
Or when people buy the film,
digitally or whatever, or
physical,
or actual hard copy.
Yeah.
So I'd say it's a success in that sense. I mean, it has a high enough rating on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it did pretty good there as well. Even though we try not to look into Rotten Tomato ratings. But yeah, I think it'd be cool to see a second one. I don't know how they do it or what what the story would be. But I think it'd be cool to see a second one. Do you think there's any room to bring Vince Vaughn back or no? Because he's already dead. Unless they bring him back to life.
I mean, we have to think about the fact they make it apparent that the knife that really sets off everything, or the mystical dagger, which causes the body swap in the first place, is just simply put in an evidence locker by the end. So that's still floating around. So there's room, there for a sequel.
Yeah, they could even just kind of like a sequel with a whole new cast. But just the knife.
Yeah, they could. They could. I do know, and I'm not sure if this was already like scrapped or not, but they were planning some kind of mashup, I think, with Happy Death Day and Freaky, or like a crossover.
Oh wow!
Which would be I mean, it would work aesthetically. They seem like, besides Freaky being rated R, they feel very much like in the same universe, you know?
Oh, yeah, definitely. They do.
So, I don't know if that's already been, like, or it was just a rumor or what, but I did read about that somewhere.
That'd be cool to see. I think I'd go watch that.
Just go.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, just go bat shit with.
Oh yeah, it'd be totally crazy if they did that. I mean, Happy Death Day is insane already with, like, you know, time travel or whatever, and then Freaky. But yeah, it'd be cool to see both of them together. I think it'd be, like you said, it'd be batshit crazy though. What was your favorite kill in this?
Oh, I'm gonna say I think it's the first one when the butcher he gets that one kid in I think it might be the very, very first kill, and he just shoves the wine bottle all the way down his throat, and then he smashes the bottle inside his throat.
And like the glasses shoot out of his neck. That was insane.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, this is nuts.
Yeah. I love the way, I mean, they were kind of playing him like Jason almost.
Yes.
Like, he was like a Walmart version of Jason.
Yeah, even with we didn't talk about the mask. His mask seems like clearly not
inspired by.
Yes, Jason Voorhees.
Yeah. Especially how big Vince Vaughn is.
Yes.
Definitely the walk and everything, and just brute strength. I think they pulled a lot from Jason in that sense.
And the opening, it felt very like Scream-esque, because you have, think about it, the girl is left, and she actually outsmarts the butcher, because she has like some hidden bookcase thing. And he doesn't realize that, and then she hears, I think, her parents coming home, and tries to get out too early when he's still around, and then he like grabs her and throws her on this big spear or whatever, and then, you know, and then they come home, and that's the exact same thing that happens to Drew Barrymore, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
that's right. Wow, I didn't catch that. That's funny until you mentioned that right now. Thinking about it and then rethinking, kind of rewatching the first Scream in my head. But yeah, that is so true.
Yeah,
that's funny. It's almost like it's almost the same. I mean,
yeah,
except, you know, she's killed inside the house, and Drew's killed outside. But yeah, it's pretty spot on. Wow, I love how like over the top the parents were when they see the daughter hanging in there and they're screaming.
Yeah.
It was like super cheesy.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my god! It was so funny. I'd have to say probably my favorite kill would be the workshop or the woodshop teacher.
Oh yes, yes.
Sliced down the middle, which was like it's all practical. You know, everything, like you said, I think everything in this all the kills and everything are practical in this. So the practical effects are amazing. I think that's what definitely makes this movie stand out from other horror movies that want to go the CG route, or, you know, add fake blood and stuff like that, or, you know, the CG blood and things, everything like that. But I think that was a pretty awesome kill, if I do say so myself. Yeah,
of course. And then what does it for me is when Catherine Newton, she puts on the goggles before she does it.
Yeah. Yeah. She has like the whole like bodysuit on too, like American Psycho kind of.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
Oh, that was crazy.
Yeah, she did such a good job of pretending to be him. Like there's multiple layers there where she's really the butcher, but then like she acts like Millie when it's like suits her, you know, like for example when they're going down when she just finished killing Mr. Fletcher and she comes out and these cops